Okay, so one of the features we've just recently added to buzzbox is more granular call statistics. So this means you can see how many calls have been placed by agents, what time of day, etc., etc. It's all presented in lovely little charts. So I'm just going to quickly show you what that looks like. So from the dashboard, you'll see there's a button here called Outbound Call and Performance. So we click on that. You can see here that there's a summary. So we're going to select some extensions first. So these are all the extensions of all the people that are on our system. So we can see all our different employees are all listed down there. So I'll just add the whole lot for now. So we've selected all those extensions. We select a time of day. So you can select today, the week, the month, the last 3 months. I've just specified manually a week in July. And then we just click on the report button. And then it'll show you basically a summary of all the calls of people that have made on their outgoing via the outgoing tab, and then likewise on the incoming you can see volumes of calls on the inbound. So you can see how many users received calls and how many made them. So this is a nice chart that gives you a lot of statistics here. If you scroll down though, you can see we can see an actual chart. By the way, you can download all of this as an Excel spreadsheet or as a PDF. So we can see outgoing calls. We've got a hell of a lot of people selected here, but ordinarily if you was to select less, then you'll see their names listed at the bottom. It's a little bit easier. But if you hover over each entry, you can see each chart entry, you can see their name. So we can see this person here, Albert, has done a hell of a lot of calls there. He's also missed a lot of calls as well, which calls missed in this context for outgoing mean that the calls weren't answered, so he's doing a lot of volume and a lot of people aren't answering either. Total call duration by user is the number of minutes the person spent on the phone. Again, you can look at the people that have done hardly any, and you can see a list of the people that have done a lot. And then ingoing and versus outgoing calls by user. So outgoing calls, Albert's done a hell of a lot there, versus incoming, it's quite a small amount. This is a classic call center scenario, so this is where the inbound call volume is quite low and the outbound is very high. So that's that section there. Again, the incoming is the same but in reverse. These are all calls that people have received. So we scroll down again, we can see the number of inbound calls that were completed, i.e. were answered, and also we can see the ones that were missed, which is listed here as this orange bar. So we can see here that, say, Sophie has received 69 calls, but she's missed 20% of them, so she's not doing great on the call answering. Again, call duration for inbound calls. Stuart here is spending a lot of time on the phone. For example, Ed here isn't. And again, likewise, the same incoming outgoing volume calls by user. So Albert's doing a hell of a lot of outbound, but not many inbounds. And again, here with the little charts here, you can see what the inbound volumes are. Scroll back to the top, then distribution. This is quite a useful little feature. We can see how the calls are distributed per hour. So this is between midnight and 1 AM, for example. Obviously, there's no calls at this point. Between 8 and 9 o'clock, there's 41 calls. There's some early birds in the office. Total amount of time spent on the phone, 8 hours, 40 minutes and 38 seconds. Scroll down, and you can see, obviously, as the call volume, as the day goes on, the call volume gets higher. Call distribution by hour, which is quite a useful chart to see how many calls are being made. So we can see in this particular office, 9 o'clock is the time when all the calls start being made. There's a couple just before 9. Slopes off at lunch and then increases again after lunch and then finally fizzles out at the end of the day. And then we've got a really, really granular report here on exactly what calls are being placed at what time of day. So the green boxes suggest that there's a low volume of calls, going up to amber, going up to more of a red colour for the higher volumes. So we can see during this date period that we've selected here, this is the number of calls that Steve S has made on Wednesday at 9 o'clock, between 9 and 10. This is between 10 and 11, 11 and 12, so on and so forth. If we scroll down further still, we can see Andrew H is making a hell of a lot of calls at 7 o'clock, between 7 and 8 o'clock at night. Not quite sure why on a Friday, but he's obviously picking up the phone at that particular point in time. And here we can see he's done quite a few calls early in the morning, between 7 and 8. So you can really get a real good feel for what every agent is actually up to. I'm scrolling down here. There's hundreds of tables here. We've got all the agents selected. But if we were to be a little bit more discreet, instead of selecting everyone, I'm going to select a few. So we select Steve, Andrew. Just pick a few at random here. Pedro, Jessica, and then run the report again. I'll do it on the same time frame. We see a chart here. It's a little bit more easy to digest. So we can see Andrew's done this many calls. He's missed this many calls. Pedro the same, etc., etc. Call duration again during that period of time, 19,000 minutes. And then finally, distribution here. We can see it's a little bit more manageable to read. We can see basically what Steve's been up to, what Andrew's been up to, the two Andrews and Pedro and Jessica. See all their charts. So it gives you quite a granular overview of what's been going on. This is a test system. There's not been any calls go through the system today, but this would be today's dashboard, so you can see the total number of calls, inbound, outbound, unique callers, etc. And that just about covers it.